My parents, they were supportive when I made that phone call to mom, but it wasn't until my second year at Opera San Jose, when I was doing singing the role of Chocho-san of Madama Butterfly. My mom came to visit me in San Jose, and she saw, I took her to rehearsals, and then she saw, what it is, what like the rehearsal space is like, and how it is to work with the director and the conductor with just using the piano and the staging. We were double cast, and so she was able to see the relationships between colleagues, and different voice types and what the different voices do. And then she saw us go into the theater, into Tech Week, and saw, the orchestra and the Sitzprobe. She saw all the elements being put together. And eventually my younger siblings and my dad came to see the performance, because they were going to go to a show and then pick up mom and fly back to Idaho. And it wasn't until, I believe, fully, like, with every single fiber of my being, that is when my parents understood what it is that we do as opera
Mm.
singers. Because not only, I mean, the story of Madama Butterfly is one that I believe resonated with them, because falling in love with an American sailor and not seeing him for 3 years, just that sacrifice of being away from your loved one, for them, that's something that they lived personally.
Mm.
And and just the sacrifice of a mother. I mean, I was going through my divorce at the time too, so that for me, they saw the parallels. I had a director tell me, like, that their father went to the opera to see his own life story be told back to him. So a lot of these stories, like, I feel I will fight everyone who says that it's not relevant. It is, dang it. But so the story, again, tragedy, Madame Butterfly dies, and I'm in my dressing room taking off my makeup, and my wig is off. So, Cindy, you'll appreciate, when you have like the wig cap, and it's not a pretty sight for anyone. But I'm, trying to wipe away tears, and it was just a mess. And I hear this very light knocking on the door, and it was my mom and my dad and my two younger siblings. And I mean, they're just, you could tell my mom had been, her eyes were swollen from crying. And then my dad, who was the, like, he was the one that my mom would say, if you don't behave, I'm going to tell your dad. Like, that was the ultimate the ultimate threat for us, for my siblings and I growing up. So to see, having experience witnessing my dad become almost like a puddle, just very become vulnerable, and to let his walls come down, and he he said to me, "Go, Cecilia," and he never speaks in English to us ever. But this time he goes, "Cecilia, I'm so proud of you," and just gave me the biggest, like, dad bear hug. And but so that for me was a moment that I realized, like, oh, just similar to your stories, like, that's when I felt like my parents understood what it is, that the hard work that goes behind every production,